I'm just here to discuss movies and TV on the YT. And if you'd like to join that discussion, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well. And today, I just felt like sharing my excitement for the new Marvel Disney Plus shows. And so I'm basically going to rank, I believe, 14. I hope I got them right. One of them I'm a little unsure if it's a series or a movie, but I included it anyway. I just felt like sharing my excitement for all of these shows and just ranking them by the ones I'm least anticipating to ones I'm most anticipating. But on top of that, I'm kind of looking forward to pretty much all of these. You know, there's some that I don't really care that much about, but overall, I'm looking forward to seeing what Marvel has to offer. So let's get started. So the Disney Plus Marvel show I'm least anticipating is Iron Heart. Now, the idea of this I'm perfectly fine with. I look forward to seeing what comes of it. But even though Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, that's just almost undeniable because of the development and everything that character's gone through. The Iron Man lore itself isn't something that necessarily intrigues me a whole lot. And so that kind of makes this fall a little bit down to the least anticipated. And my next least anticipated show is Armor Wars. Now, this one goes a little bit ahead of Ironheart just because I think I know what to expect a little bit more. Because we know what Don Cheadle's Rhodey is like. Next, we have I Am Groot. Now, this could just be a series of animated shorts. I'm not entirely sure what this is. But I love the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise within the MCU. I get a kick out of Groot. And so this does fall low because I'm pretty sure it's just like an animated short type of thing. Next, I have She-Hulk. Now, this is a show I'm more intrigued by than excited about because I do enjoy courtroom dramas, but I believe Kevin Feige said this was going to be like a comedy or something, which would have probably put this down in last place. But then he announced that Tim Roth's Abomination would be returning, which bumped it up. Because I'm a defender of the Incredible Hulk movie. I think it's a very underrated MCU movie. And I just kind of wish some of those storylines would have gotten continued on a little bit. Even though I know the Bruce Banner was recast. But I still wish some of those storylines would have continued on. And now we're getting into the top 10. And we're kicking it off with Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Now, this just got bumped up quite a bit because it's probably going to be like an hour-long holiday special, so it's a little more than just a short. And it's Guardians of the Galaxy, characters I love, some of my favorite characters in the MCU. And it's James Gunn, who's one of my favorite directors in the MCU. And I'm extremely looking forward to what he has to do in the Suicide Squad. But it is just a holiday special. It's not like a event series or anything like that. So it comes in lower on the list because of that. And coming in at number 9, I have Loki. Now, this trailer that they released, I thought was magnificent. I loved it. It looked amazing. And it's a concept that I think has potential to be maybe the best out of all of these shows, but it's also a concept that doesn't necessarily get me super excited or amped simply because we've seen plenty of Loki before and he's died multiple times and he's been brought back multiple times. And so it's just the concept itself doesn't necessarily intrigue me on an excitement level, but it looks fantastic, and I think it has potential to be the best show on Disney Plus. Next, I have Miss Marvel, And Miss Marvel in general, as a character, is one where I really like kind of her character as a person, and I think she has a really good story that works for a modern day interpretation and adaptation. That being said, one thing that always knocks Miss Marvel down quite a bit for me is she has a terrible power set. It, I, I don't get why her power set is just like these stretchy things. She feels, I don't. But that being said, I think her story is still very good, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they go about doing it. And next up on the list, I have Marvel's What If. This is an animated series, and they had a trailer, and I loved the trailer. I was actually loved it a lot more than I thought I would. It has a nice animation style that just feels different from other animation styles we've gotten, or that I have at least seen. And I just kind of love the idea of exploring multiverse kind of ideas and everything, and just alternate universes and stuff. I just love that idea. Although I'm not a big fan of zombies, so even though I know a lot of people want the Marvel Zombies things, I don't really care about that episode at all. But you know what? I look forward to watching it anyway. And I look forward to seeing all the other episodes that this show has to offer. And so now coming in at number 6 is something that I don't really know if it's a Disney Plus show or whether it's going to be like a theatrically released movie or not. And that's kind of why it's at 6 and not like in my top 3. Because if I had a clearer picture of what it was, it would probably be in my top 3. And that is Blade. I am a massive fan of Blade 2. I much prefer the second Wesley Snipes Blade movie to the first one, even though I think the first one is great as well. I'm a massive fan of that second one, and I really want to see what they do with the character of Blade, because I'm also a huge fan of Mahershala Ali, whether it was House of Cards, Luke Cage. I'm just a massive fan of his, and I want him to become like this much bigger A-list type of star. But I am confused on what the actual project is, and so that's why it comes in at 6. And I almost didn't even include it because I didn't know if it was a theatrical movie or a Disney Plus series, but I felt like including it last minute, so I threw it in here at number 6. And so now kicking off the top 5, I have Secret Invasion. Now this is actually like a big event series that, by the way, it was described. And it feels like something that would be more of an Endgame level movie. But they said it was going to be a Disney Plus series, I believe. And this is one that probably should be number 1 because of that event level thing. But it is pretty far in the future, I believe. And it involves the Skrulls, which I need some more time with to get excited for a major storyline involving the Skrulls. That being said, it is like this big event thing, and it has Nick Fury and stuff, and so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this is going to be and see how well they adapt the Secret Invasion storyline. So coming in at number 4, I have Hawkeye. Now 3 and 4 on this list are pretty interchangeable for me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Jeremy Renner get more of a spotlight role, because I love his Hawkeye, and I just love him as an actor. And I'm also really looking forward to seeing the introduction of Kate Bishop and seeing Haley Steinfeld in that role. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if this leads to like a Young Avengers storyline later on, which I would personally love to see. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing this. I love Archer characters. I love Green Arrow. I love Hawkeye. I don't know, I love archers in comic books. And so coming in at number 3, I have WandaVision. Now, this one's a little unfair to compare to the others, because this one has like 2 or 3 trailers already. whereas the other ones are lucky if they have a small sizzle reel. But the concept of this really intrigues me. I watched the trailers, and tonally, not necessarily story-wise, but tonally, it kind of reminds me of a PG-13 Doom Patrol in a way. My favorite Marvel couple, and even probably one of my top 3 comic book couples, is Vision and Scarlet Witch. And Vision is one of my favorite Marvel characters, but I don't necessarily think he's been utilized to the best of his ability in the MCU. And so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this show does with both Vision and Wanda, as well as their kind of relationship as well. And just the tonal things, it's such a different tone from anything we've gotten in the MCU so far. And that just intrigues me and raises my excitement level quite a bit. And so I cannot wait till January to be able to watch this show. And coming in at number 2 is Moon Knight. This is a character I've wanted to see for a long time. He's kind of got more of a darker vigilante style to him that very much intrigues me. Plus, he's got like the multiple personality disorder, which I'm a huge fan of FX's Legion. It's one of my all-time favorite comic book shows. I absolutely love it, and I just love the idea of exploring multiple personalities inside of a superhero, and all of that, plus kind of the darker side of it, really intrigues me about Moon Knight. So coming in at number 1, my most anticipated Marvel Disney Plus show, and probably my most anticipated Disney Plus show in general, is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm a massive fan of Captain America Civil War, as well as The Winter Soldier, but Civil War competes with Endgame in a very tight race for my favorite MCU movie. And I just love kind of the relationship between Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I want to see the follow-up of kind of passing on the shield that you got at the end of the Endgame. And I just love the return of Zemo. He's one of my favorite villains in the MCU. In my opinion, he's one of the most underrated characters, period, in the MCU. And I just cannot wait. The trailer was amazing. I thought the trailer was amazing. The action, the production, budget, everything looks awesome. So I can't wait to see it. And that is why it's easily my most anticipated. Thanks for watching this video. Go ahead and share the shows you're most excited about, the shows you're most anticipating in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this ranking, go ahead and smash that thumbs up icon and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well to stay up to date on my videos. And I'm probably going to record another Disney Plus Excitement video ranking right after I'm done recording this one. It'll probably be up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, and I will return next time when I see you again.